Bonjour! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten up your seatbelt and enjoy this journey into Mia's world with Lamia Norbert.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of Me as Well. Before I introduce today's guest, I just wanted to take a moment to thank every single one of you who's been supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting. It really means the world. Please keep doing so because it helps the channel to grow. So, our guest today is a special guest because he comes all the way. I mean, he's from the UK, but he's a compatriot because he's Mauritian. He is the founder of Naturally Herbal, which is a sea moss supplement. And today we have Subron on board. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, and you?
Thank you for having me today. I know it's taken maybe, how long? Over 3 months?
Yeah, but
Everyone's traveling off.
Yeah, it was summertime, so I understand. Everybody was out and about.
But yeah, how are we doing this today? English, Creole, French? How do you want it?
Man, I wish you could do it in Creole, but I doubt the audience will understand anything.
Cool.
I wonder if there's even subtitles, Creole to English.
I don't know. Maybe French, but not Creole.
Yeah, I doubt it. But we can have little banters in Creole.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
So, Subron, I have a tradition. I like to go back to the early years of my guests because I always feel like it's nice to see where we come from and how we grew up and how life has changed for the best for us, even though with the challenges that we go through. So, as I mentioned, you're Mauritian, but you're not born in Mauritius.
No.
So tell me a bit more about your early years.
Early years. Okay, where do I start? So, my dad came over to the UK when he was around 20.
Okay.
He turns 91 next month. No, in December, sorry. So he turns 91 next month. So yeah, born and raised in London, Tottenham to be precise. I don't know how much you know about Tottenham, but Tottenham's like classified as like the hood.
Okay.
Like it was just rough a bit. Well, it still is rough, but growing up, it's the hood. So you learn fast, like how to adapt, what to do, what not to do. And yeah, I think it just teaches you good survival
mechanism.
Yeah, I guess. Compared to here, where like you don't need none of that kind of thing, but it teaches you how to be, I would say, like street savvy.
Yeah.
Which can be applied everywhere you go in the world, especially when you travel a lot. So I think that's the main. I think that's a huge benefit that comes out of it. But yeah, apart from that, it's not the best, you know.
Of course. I understand because like you are a bit like you have to be, it helps you to be alert, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I can relate on that because obviously Madagascar is a beautiful island for tourists, amazing. But if you're a citizen there, because of the social class, because there's only rich or poor, so obviously crimes are higher there. So you have to be more careful. There's certain things you can't do over there that you can do here or in any other country, to be honest.
Yeah. So you're able just to like read the room better.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I think, so that's it really. So from Tottenham, born and raised there. I have 3 older brothers. One is 4 years older. And then the others are, there's a gap. So one's coming, I think 50 and 55.
Oh, wow. That's a huge gap.
So there's a big gap. Yeah. So yeah, growing up, regarding like family, I think I was able to learn like what not to do. Because for me, I've always had like old parents.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like parents even in like, everyone's got a young parent.
Yeah.
Mine are always old. So it's like, I've learned kind of like what not to do to not stress them out.
Of course, I get what you mean.
If that makes, because obviously I've been able to see my older brothers and what they've gone through and stuff like that. So yeah, so.
Are you close to them?
I'm closer to the one that's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
The 2 older ones, yeah, we get along, but I wouldn't say we're like super close or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up, was there that Mauritian touch or was it pure Brit?
Oh no, always Mauritian touch. Like, so my house, I would say, was like the main household.
Okay.
Growing up. I think like now it's very. I'll get onto this in a minute. But growing up, my house was the main household where like everyone will come over. So if there's a family that's coming over to stay or to study or for holiday, they're staying at mine.
Okay.
And cousins and everyone else would come to mine not every weekend, but it was often that there was drinks, food, and then everyone starts dancing.
Yeah.
Say guy in the middle, like you know how it is.
Exactly.
So that was the main household. But I think now to like relive that, I think it takes a certain type of person. Like it needs to be. I don't know that it's like even my dad or the grandparents, the older ones that could bring everyone together.
Of course.
Whereas now it's hard. It's not the same.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Do you know what the thing is? I will forever have this memory. Like my grandma, she's my grandma mom's side because my mom's Mauritian.
Mm-hmm.
So on my mom's side, so it is a tradition like for whether it's her birthday or the next day. So on the 1st of Jan, we all go to hers.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, she lives like in a small little house, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're like, my mom has 6 brothers and sisters. There's 6 in total.
Yeah.
All of them have kids.
Oh, wow.
Plus some of them have kids as well. So imagine you've got all this big family just fitting in one room and just enjoying like dinner, lunch. Obviously, Siga is a must. You cannot have a Mauritian party without Siga. That's a crime.
So yeah, that was it. So that was growing up. I remember having that a lot. So like the parties, the house parties, but everything was mainly held at mine, I would say.
When did you go back to Mauritius? The first time.
So the first time, growing up, we didn't travel a lot.
Yeah.
I believe. Well, I know that was down to like finances. My first holiday to Mauritius, I was in like year 7. I don't know how old, maybe 11, 12 years old. And that was just because of a wedding. It wasn't even a holiday. Like you're going for a purpose.
Yeah.
So we're going for a wedding, and I remember the plane stopped in Seychelles. And for years, I'll be telling people, I went to Mauritius, Seychelles, claiming I've been to France because I think we took a coach there or something once.
Yeah.
Because, we didn't travel. So that was I ticked it off already. So, But really and truly, I didn't go to Seychelles. So the first time I went, I was in year 7.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Like, everyone's got big gardens. Was like the mountains, the beaches, the food, like uncles taking us fishing.
Yeah.
And they cook it on the spot.
Yeah. Proper island life.
Yeah, I love it. So I loved it. And then I didn't get to go again until after university.
Okay.
So maybe after uni, I was probably doing some things for a year or 2, which we'll probably get onto. And then I probably went when I was like 22.
So almost 10 years after you went back.
Yeah.
So was there any difference for you, or did you feel it was the same feeling?
The same. I loved it. I think this time I had more freedom. Obviously, I could drive. I went alone, so I could just run around, do what I want. I have family in like the right locations, like up north, the tourist areas, then in the city, like Catbourne, Port-Louis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm able just to like move around. I'm free. I'm by myself. Like I was having a good time. And I know a few people there. I got cousins there.
Yeah.
A few friends there. So I'm able just to go and say, look, what are we doing tonight? And they'll take me out to the best places or whatnot. So I loved it. And then I think it was that from that point, I realized that I do want to be here more. I want to have a base there. I want to set up there. And I just want to be there more in the near future.
Yeah. I think as well, I have also thought about that because, like, obviously, when people when they hear where we're from, they're like, "Why you leave Mauritius? Like, why are you coming here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because obviously there's certain things I want to do here first.
Yeah.
But my retirement plan, which I hope is soon, I would love to go back home. Obviously, home for me is Madagascar, but also Mauritius.
Yeah.
And I think I would be a bit more tempted to go back to Mauritius because...
Okay, why is that?
Madagascar is beautiful, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I love it, truly, truly love it. And I think Madagascar has so much potential. The resources there is even beyond that in Mauritius.
Yeah.
But I think because of like the insecurity and the corruption over there, I don't know if it would be a safe place for me to stay in the long term.
Okay.
But obviously, once you're like, for me, once I was in like being in Mauritius, Madagascar was literally like taking a tube or a train. You go to the airport, you fly an hour 30, you're there, bam. So
Yeah.
either way, I would be back in my roots if you get what I mean.
I think people ask that question a lot, not knowing that a holiday to Mauritius and how locals live is just two different worlds.
100%.
It's two different.
Yeah.
From everything, like they don't get to see what tourists see, like, you know, like swimming with dolphins and whales and all this, going to the beach every week. That's a luxury for them, especially if they're from the city.
Exactly.
It might just be for a birthday, or it's not every day.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you probably get that question a lot.
Yeah, but again, what is your thought about it though? Tell me about, because I have my reason about why I'm not there. Because obviously I feel like personally, if I were to go back, I don't think I would have been able to build everything I've built here in a short amount of time.
Well, there's that. I think, I don't know, because I'm not born and raised there, but from an outsider looking in, I can see the pace is a lot slower.
Yep.
If you was blessed with a head start, no, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of self-made entrepreneurs there.
Yeah.
But if you were blessed with a head start, you could excel so much faster.
Exactly.
So then, if you have over there is no need to leave.
Yeah.
But if people that don't have, that's why they go out to
100%.
Canada, whatever, to study, to
Yeah.
break out the system,
Yeah.
send money back or whatever,
Yep.
and build, and then go back, you know.
Yeah. But
So,
do you know that there is a lot of Mauritian citizens in London, like in the UK?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
They're big there.
Yeah, we have a big community. Like,
Yeah.
they do like these big open air festivals once a year, party in the parks. But even before that, we, like, growing up again, we used to have a lot of like Mauritian parties in like halls and stuff like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, this was kind of before the whole party in the park
Okay.
thing. Yeah, I was a kid, so I was just going like, my parents, my older brothers, everyone used to just get dressed up and go. It was a big party. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
There's a big community. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got used to listening to Sega from a.
So I love Sega. I didn't pick up I'm not the best dancer, right? That's the only problem, but I wish.
No, come on.
I'm classified basic. If you see me dancing it one day, I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
We'll do a Mauritian party. That's it. That is the call for a Mauritian party, because I need to see your Sega skills. Because, guys, if you don't know, in Mauritius, at any party, Sega is a must. If you don't have Sega in your household, this is criminal, like big time criminal.
Yeah, it's not a Mauritian party.
Exactly.
But So I actually, to be honest, I understand the struggles that they go through.
I get you.
Since then, I've been back a lot. And when I do sit up over there, I want it to be something where I can, like, something for the community as well.
100%, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it really.
So when did you move to Dubai?
So I moved here 8 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
So
It's been a while.
I came here as a teacher.
All right.
And so this is something that not a lot of people know, but maybe they know now, but before I didn't say it a lot.
Yeah.
But I only became a teacher in order to get a salary to buy more houses, because that's my passion. And
Okay.
so at the time, I just knew that was the easiest job, shall I say. This sounds really bad. But this sounds bad, but honestly, like, it is what it is. Like, you have to do what you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
So I remember, like, going to, like, apply for the course. I tried to even be a PE teacher because that's the easiest subject, right? Again, no offense, but, like, it is what it is.
I agree.
I didn't get on, had to wait another year, got on to, like, a PGC business course. And again, it was like one of the top institutes in the UK. So it was really good. I was like, oh, wow, like, this is really good. So I've done that. As soon as I've done that, I think I'd done maybe 2 terms in the UK as a teacher. Then I came out here. Again, I didn't know nothing about Dubai. I didn't know about traveling, brunches. I probably knew that they had like Ferraris and I knew it was hot, but that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the safety. Again, I didn't know about the lifestyle, the turn ups, being able to travel the world. I just saw the salary and I was like, with this, I can do X, Y, and Z with the property stuff and grow my business that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was literally why I came here.
Okay, what were you teaching?
Business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I was probably like the worst teacher ever because it's a whole different story. But I was teaching in like government schools,
Okay.
which is like locals. So how do I put this? It's you're like a babysitter. It's a lot. You're starting from scratch.
Of course.
Yeah. So the levels and what you're doing every day is very different. So yeah, so I did that for a good time, and then my new baby was born.
So, let me just grab that, show the camera. This is the CMOS. Tell me a bit more about this. How did you find out about CMOS? Because I found CMOS through you, and I didn't even know what CMOS was all about. What was the benefit? How did you first find out about CMOS?
So maybe about how long has it been going? I think 4 years now.
Oh wow!
4 years, yeah.
Okay.
I say a friend, but I call her my sister.
Okay.
So we were like super close. At the time, I lived in Iraq, so we both lived in Iraq.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, I still have a place there because I love going
Yeah,
back.
I see you going there all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love being by the beach. I love the quietness. It's peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I love the water, so I love being by the beach.
Yeah, I get you.
But anyway, so she came back from summer once, from summer holidays. She was diagnosed with thyroid imbalance.
Okay.
And on her journey to like healing naturally, she came across CMOS.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, sis, make me a jar. Like, what is this? Just make me a jar. I want to take it not for fun, but I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was a health supplement. So I was on board. So I was like, yeah, I want this.
Okay.
So when she made me a jar, I put a picture on my Instagram and I had like, I think 1 or 2 orders.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They were just like, are you selling this? I was just like, yeah. So I called her. I said, yo, sis, like, I think we got a business. No, actually, I didn't say that. I said, yo, sis, make me 2 jars. I'm going to sell them. And then she was like, so what? You're going to go sell my jars? Like, are you mad kind of thing? I was like, you didn't want to do this. She's like, I 100% do. And then from that, it was born. So like,
Okay.
like we said, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Thought of a name. We went to buy a couple jars. And then now, I think to start with, we had 1 delivery day.
Okay.
So then every Friday we were driving. It was a Friday or Saturday. It might have been Saturday at the time when we first started. We were driving from Iraq to do 1 or 2 deliveries. So we'll do the deliveries. Then by the time we bought a juice and we bought a food, because like it's an hour journey.
Of course.
If we have 2 customers, it's an hour driving around and an hour back. So by the time we bought something, the money was more or less gone kind of thing, you know.
Of course, yeah.
But obviously I knew that. I don't think she knew that. She was just like, we made X amount today, like 200 dirhams, you know, whatever it is, right? So that kept the energy alive. And like, to be honest, it was the best thing ever. Like the early days was the best because it was a lot of grafting, because the whole business was like bootstrapped.
Okay.
So it was a lot of grafting, a lot of legwork. We were delivering to everyone, like door to door. We were knocking the door and you'll see me and her. And people were just like, what's going on here kind of thing. But it was good because it managed to give us 2 minutes at the door
Okay.
to say like, do you have any questions? It's us that you're speaking to, you know, on WhatsApp. And then I remember just before like leaving, just before like they shut the door, I'll be like, oh, and if you don't mind, can you please share it? And by then everyone was like, yeah, no problem. So it grew organically.
Okay.
I would say maybe like 2 years ago she left.
All right.
I then carried on full time. I had to get a chef, so I got a chef in place. And then maybe 6 months after the chef, the deliveries got a bit too much for me. So I was able to get a driver. So now I have a full-time chef and a full-time driver. And yes,
All right.
and now we're just rolling. We're going.
That's beautiful.
We're just trying to build it day by day.
And you're doing a great job.
I'm trying. It's a lot of again, it's not. I feel like once I got the chef in place and the driver in place, I feel like it allowed me to have more time to go out and just get into more places and stuff like that.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, but I would say the early days, the hustle that we went through in the early days, that was the best. Like,
so before we talk about the benefit of CMOS and all of that, which is, I think, very important to highlight, because sometimes some people are not aware. Because I remember the first time I bought the jar, posted it on my story, and I had people asking me, "What is this?
yeah,
What is that gooey thing that you're taking in the morning?" Because I just loved having it like naturally with the spoon, you know, like in the morning.
you take vanilla, right, or dates and
Vanilla was my favorite
until the date and
until
cinnamon.
until I found out about date. Then date just took over, and I was like, "Yep, you're my baby now."
Okay.
So I remember a lot of people was like, "What is that gooey stuff?" And I was like, "Oh, it's CMOS." And then people were like, "What is CMOS?" So actually, let's do that. What is CMOS exactly?
So this is the part which is the hardest, because it's a pitch. Like, you have to pitch it without boring whoever I'm speaking to, right?
Okay.
But anyway, so CMOS is a seaweed.
Okay.
It comes from the Caribbean.
Okay.
It comes from a small island called St. Lucia.
Okay, we know St. Lucia.
You know St. Lucia? Okay,
I
wicked.
know. It's in my bucket list to go.
Okay, well, I might be there next year, so you can jump along, tag along. Your body's made up of 102 minerals.
Okay.
And it contains 92
out
of the 102. So it's a very powerful sea algae.
Okay.
It's been used for like centuries, especially in the Caribbean or Ireland and a few other parts in the world. I stick to St. Lucia because I believe it's like the waters are cleaner.
Yeah, I get you.
There's a doctor called Dr. Sebi.
Okay.
He was a holistic doctor who healed people for like cancer, diabetes, AIDS, a lot of things. The story behind him is that the government killed him, but he was a big advocate of CMOS.
Okay.
Just to name a few of the benefits, it helps remove mucus from the body.
Okay.
So mucus is like the root cause of major illnesses and diseases. It's good for your gut health, immune system, energy. You can also put in your skin. Like, don't judge me. I probably need to do more on the skin. But I do use it in my hair once a week.
Okay.
So you just mix it with your conditioner, leave it in your hair, and then wash it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, do not take the date flavor for your hair, guys.
Yeah. The only one that you can't use topically is cinnamon, because cinnamon's like a spice, so it will burn.
Wait, so hold on a minute. Can you actually take the date one and put your...
I think dates will be fine. I don't think it's going to have a problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can use honey, you can use vanilla, turmeric. You can use a lot of them on topically.
Okay.
Cinnamon is the only one that kind of burns.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about, now that we know a bit more about what CMOS is all about and the benefit out of it. So people that DM me about why am I taking a gooey stuff, which is actually CMOS. There you go. That was the whole purpose of it. I want to understand. Let's talk about the beginning, the struggle, because I feel like anybody out there who might want to start a business, they think it's just like, oh, you start a business, you wake up one day, you have that idea, and then you roll, and then it's happy days, and then you become big. But I think there's some steps that people don't understand, that you have to there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of, sometimes I'd say, failure that would have to happen for you to be able to go up again, and then be like, okay, great, perfect. What we learned from that. But from your journey with starting with Naturally Herbal, how was it? Like, tell me, how was that experience?
I think we had a plan every day.
Okay.
Well, I had a plan. I just had to make sure she was on board. So if I said, this is your job today, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And again, this was also whilst teaching, right?
So you were also doing teaching at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just started, we were both teaching and doing this.
Okay.
So she would finish teaching, prepare the moss, cook it. I'm doing the packaging. I think online, like, see how everything's online now? You see an advert, you click it, you buy it.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I'm terrible online.
Okay.
My other passion is properties. So I'm bricks and mortar. I am old school, right? pen and paper. That's what I mean. That's me. Just in case you're thinking, what are you then? Pen and paper.
Okay, I getcha.
Pen and paper, bricks and mortar. That's me. So that's all I knew. So that's how I built it.
Okay.
So what that meant was, yes, Instagram, Facebook, doing the normal stuff like posting and stuff like this. But then it grew organically. So when we got a delivery, going to deliver, please share it. They shared it, got another one. They shared it, got another one. In between that, going to venues, knocking down doors, anywhere that we thought CMOS can fit in, we would go and knock. Then after that, what do we do? We reached out to people on social media, and you know, it's funny that you asked me this, but the biggest lesson was that all the doors we were knocking at that time, they weren't opening.
Okay.
So like it was rejection, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like the energy, like we were putting energy here, but we were receiving it in sales elsewhere. Like I don't know how, but obviously someone's speaking about us or sharing us, and I think at that time, obviously we did know a good group of people in Dubai, so they did all share us. They shared the page and stuff like that. So even though we were knocking these doors here to say, can we put our jar here? And I couldn't understand why, because I'm not asking you to buy it off me. It's like on consignment kind of thing.
Of course.
So I'm adding value to your business or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Not all of them doors were opening.
Yeah.
But the business was growing somehow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to you, you're telling me no, but Joe Blogs is ordering, and then his friends and I'm like, okay, this is wicked. So then I just kept going. We didn't have a day off. Like, this is crazy, but like we didn't have a day off to like some Saturdays. It was written off, like, because we would be delivering all day. By the time we got back, we would fall asleep about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because you'd be wrecked from the driving.
Yeah, the Saturday's over. If there's a brunch or something, I remember times where I was like finding any hotel, like on my last delivery, find the closest hotel, I'll shower there.
Okay.
And then go to the brunch or to the birthday or whatever it is.
Jeez.
So that's what we did, and we didn't miss a day.
So you'd say consistency
and discipline. Like we didn't, like, even obviously there was two of us. So if it was like her birthday, she still done stuff the day before, then I might have just delivered.
Yeah, I get you.
You know?
Yeah.
And then said, okay, yeah, cool, you can have your birthday. But otherwise, you're not having no birthday. Like, we got work to do with, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the thing. And she was on board as well.
So what I'm hearing from your story is consistency, teamwork, and sacrifice.
Yeah. All three of that. Discipline. Discipline, yeah.
Obviously, and organization.
Yeah. I say that took time because like we did make mistakes. So mistakes come from maybe lack of organization or something like that. But there was a lot going on because like, imagine we're cooking on one little blender.
Okay.
The blender's overheating. At this time, we didn't know that you can put it in the freezer for it to cool down. So we're waiting like an hour or two for it to cool down. And this is like, I remember her telling me I went bed at 1 a.m. I went bed at 2 and cook just for cooking this.
Okay.
Right. And again, at the time, we didn't have we wanted all the money to grow from the money that we've made from here. So we didn't inject a lot of money from working capital.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So we didn't buy like 2-3 spare blenders, you know, stuff like that, which is what the setup is now. But it wasn't like that before. If that blender overheated, you wait till it cools down, and then you carry on cooking. Like, so there was beauty in it, but it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, and then again, me, like as I said, I'm pen and paper. Literally, I have a notepad. That pad came with me everywhere.
Okay.
So we can go chill out at like a beach club or anything you can think of. I'm coming with my notepad because I might need to write something down.
Yeah.
Again, it's old school, but it worked.
Yeah.
So when people are just like, you need to go online, I'm like, you're right, I do need to, but this is working, kind of thing, you know.
I get you.
So yeah, that was it. But yeah, I think for anyone, because I see the same thing. I see a lot of people starting a business or saying they want to work for themselves. But it takes a lot of discipline.
100%, I agree.
It takes a lot of discipline, and you need to get up and go. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, if you're feeling low or not, you have to get up and go.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly. I like what you said about just like taking action, because like it's so easy to put an idea on pen and paper, just be like, oh yeah, that's my idea. But the main part is actually taking the risk and taking action, and then see how it goes. If you know you're putting all the effort and you're putting all the work in, I don't see any reason why, unless the idea is shit. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but as I said, like, I believe the product's good.
Yeah.
And the doors I was knocking, it wasn't coming in that way. So it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. Just keep knocking the doors.
Of course, yeah.
Whether it's going to come some way or the right door will open. So when you listen or look at a lot of entrepreneurs, people that have had like 50 ideas, 60 ideas, 10 businesses fail. It's just about keep going, like, kind of thing. You learn from it and you keep going.
Yeah. I agree. And my question now is, in terms of, so when you started, did you already have the range of flavors, or you just started with something like natural, just pure natural?
We just had at the time, the two natural flavors, purple and gold.
Okay.
To be fair, it was like pretty soon after it didn't take a long time to have like 5 flavors.
Okay.
Your main ones like moringa, berry, turmeric, ginger, and I think cinnamon.
Okay.
Now it's about 18 flavors.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more like vanilla with like vanilla pods from Madagascar, honey, date and cinnamon. So there's a lot more sweeter stuff, nicer. I think they're nicer.
Yeah.
Easier to take. But the 18 flavors weren't instant. It started off with sometimes I look back at the old menu and I don't delete the picture, I just love it. There's about 5, 6 flavors on it. And yeah, that's it.
That's so nice. I just love, for me, this is so inspiring. Honestly, it's like when I see people going, like, when you believe in what you're doing and then really pushing through. And even now, let's say that you imagine you've got 18 flavors on the naturally herbal for sea moss, and then again you go back to couple of years down the line, you had only maybe 2 and then 6, and then now it's like doubled. So it's crazy. I just love it so much. Now, in terms of how to take it.
Okay, so taking it's easy. It's just 1 to 2 tablespoons every morning.
Okay.
Again, the texture is like jam without the taste.
Wait, I'll try to open. I don't know if you guys will see, but
it's like a jelly. It's like,
it's
jam.
like jelly.
It's a unflavored jam. That's the best, or apple custard.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that. So 1 to 2 tablespoons every morning, or you can mix it in your tea, coffee, smoothies. You can put in your foods if you're doing like a stew or soup or salad. You can
really?
Yeah, you can put in that as well.
I like it in the morning as an empty stomach. It's like my sweet treat in the morning. But were you always into health and wellness? Because obviously that's very like health conscious and wellness. Were you always into that?
Yeah.
That side?
Yes, not as a business, but you mean for myself?
Yes, for yourself.
Yeah. So I was always like eating clean. I love coconut water. I love the fresh one, like wake up, cut it.
Yes.
Fruits. Yeah, so that's always been a bit of me, I would say.
So adding this, you think as a founder of CMOS and consuming CMOS, you see the benefit for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you wanted to kind of like project to people as well.
Yeah. I was looking at you stunned because I thought you were going to ask me, was it a surprise to people for me to launch this?
Oh, no.
And I was going to say no, because I don't post food on social media, but I would post fruits. And that's just because I had a nice view of the beach. So when I put the fruit on the corner, I had the fruit and the beach.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a shock to people when I started this.
It made sense.
Because it was always, it made sense kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel the benefits. Till this day, I still take it. I'm not gonna say I'm not selling it as the super. I do say it's the superfoods of superfoods, but I think for anyone that's going through something like a health condition, if you put this together with a few lifestyle changes, you will see like changes.
Yeah. To be fair, and I'm not saying this because you're here, but to be fair, personally, when I first started to take CMOS, I saw the difference. Like in the morning, I felt more like energized because obviously I go to the gym in the morning and I don't eat before the gym because I can't eat before training. So that was just like my sweet treat in the morning before I head out. And the energy level just went.
I love that.
That session I would have would be pumped.
Yeah.
No coffee on top of it. I would, because even that I stopped doing that, taking coffee on an empty stomach. So for me, it was water, and then I'll have my 2
tablespoons.
But I take very big tablespoons because they're good. And then that'll be it, and I'll have an amazing session. Like, it's crazy. And it's even, I've realized it helped me with something. I don't know if you've realized, like, sometimes you're working midday and you can reach that brain fog moment.
Yeah.
And it actually stopped that for me. And I was shocked. I was like, hold on a minute, no more brain fog.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that a lot. Now, another thing that I'm really interested, what would you say in your journey of building Naturally Herbal, what was the most challenging part in that 4 years?
The most challenging, I don't know about I think the online side, going online.
That was hard for you.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, no, Instagram's working, but I know I need a website. So it took me like years.
Okay.
It's a couple years to get a website, have that running. Like even now to this day, I wouldn't say my online presence is the best, right?
Yeah.
I just know the product's good.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is good. And it's helping people.
Of course. Yeah.
Could I do more online? I would say, yeah, a lot more.
Okay.
So I think that's the bit that I'm learning now, or getting help with, shall I say.
That's good. That's good. And what was, ever since you started your product, so let's look at the opposite side. What was your biggest win, or like, what was that day where from when you started onwards, you're like, yeah, that really made my day?
I don't know. I've had loads of small wins that I'm grateful for, but I think I'm harsh on myself.
Okay, so let's see the most impactful. The one time that really impacted you with those small wins.
To be fair, there's been loads throughout the journey. I would say maybe like getting into the first retail shop.
Oh, really? Where?
I think the first one I believe the first one was Seva Experience.
Yes.
So I think the first one was there.
Okay.
So then again, I'll get in there and I'm like, thank you, God. And I'm like, I give thanks. I'm grateful. But I'm like, okay, cool. What's next?
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll get messages say, oh, wow, you're in so-and-so. I see you in 7 now, whatever. But I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know what to do next. Like, I don't celebrate. I'm just like, okay, like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. What's next?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about what's next for Naturally Herbal?
For Naturally Herbal, I want to add more products to the line. It's a bit early to say, but it's going to be, again, like unique products that have been around for ages. I'm not going to create something and claim that this does X, Y, and Z. I want to bring products which have been around for ages, used by like the ancestors from different parts of the world, and introduce it here. So I have a couple products in the pipeline which are coming soon. Again, they're going to be like deep cleanses for the body.
Okay.
What else would I like to introduce? I think I would like to introduce a few more products around health and well-being. Not too sure yet. I know I definitely want to do that, but the ones that are coming are to do with cleanses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's it.
Now you got me intrigued. So Before we move towards the end of the episode,
Yep.
you've been talking about something since the beginning of the podcast that I would like to touch a little bit more,
Okay.
which is properties.
Okay.
So obviously, you've told me about it, but tell me a bit more. How did you find that interest about properties, and how do you work along that being here in Dubai?
So I started. Well, I've been passionate about it for a long time.
Okay.
So I think from like college days, maybe. Yeah, I'd say maybe like school days, college days. So it's always been a passion of mine. It started. When was my first one? I think my first one was age of 26.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to buy my first property at 26
In the UK, right?
in the UK.
Yeah.
And now you're going to see something. You're going to see it a lot online where people are doing a formula called like buy, refurb, refinance.
Okay.
I didn't even know this existed, but I just knew you had to buy low.
Okay.
As in, you needed to know the house was worth, I don't know, let's just say £300,000, but you're buying it for 240,
Okay.
right? So that's all I knew, because I used to work in an estate agent, and I was sitting on this side of the table, and every day I would have like customers coming in saying, I bought 2 houses today, I bought 3 houses today. And I'm just looking at them thinking, like, what do you mean? Like, how did you do this, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to like learn. And then once I learned, I started with one. And I remember I called a family meeting.
Okay.
I'm the youngest, right? So I called a family meeting. I said, listen, there's 4 of us. Like, this is what we need to do.
Okay.
Like, no one came back to me. Had a little like review, like 4 weeks later, nothing really happened. Then my brother, that's just older than me, I had to tell him, like, please, like, because at the time I was an estate agent, and then I was studying to do the PGC,
Yeah.
right? So they're not going to consider my salary for the houses, da da da.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get my brother on board.
Okay.
I finally begged him, and he got on board.
Okay.
He was reluctant because when I left university, I bought a shop. What's it called? I bought like a alcohol shop, like an off license,
Yeah. Like, yeah.
which is not my field. There was a guy in my class in university selling it. Obviously, I just studied business, so I'm thinking, well, I'm like Alan Sugar, who's like a big entrepreneur in UK. So I'm thinking, yeah, this is me. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Study business. I know everything about business now. Gonna buy a shop. And that was the worst 2 years ever.
Okay.
Like, we didn't have enough money for it. I didn't even know how to run it. It felt like prison.
Oh,
It felt like prison for 2 years. Like, I stayed in the shop some days. Like, the shop was my gym. I was doing press ups in the back because obviously I didn't even have enough stock to fill up the back room. There was a little space where I could just do push ups. So I was in there from like 6:30 in the morning
Okay.
till maybe like 10 at night.
Okay.
Like, for nearly 2 years, couple days off here and there, but it was the worst thing ever. So after that, I did have to like kind of beg my brother to come on board, because he was like, you just put me through this for 2 years. Now you're telling me do another project with you. So we did one together. Then he said he's getting married. He doesn't want to do no more or whatever. I said, cool. Then the second one, I said, just sign the paper, please. I just need your name. Did the second one. And on the second one, the numbers were huge kind of thing. As in, like, I bought one in Tottenham just before they done up the stadium.
Okay.
And then when I went back to my colleagues, they were just like, oh, we can sell it for you again. And it was like 100K more roughly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was just in a short space of time, right? So when I said that to my brother, then he came on board for the third one. But again, it was me. He was just signing at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I was running around, getting the deals, because that was my lane. That is what I know.
Okay.
And then when I came over here, so then I left to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said to you, I just came for the salary,
Yeah.
knowing I could just send money back home in order to buy more, right?
Yeah.
And that was it. So I came over here, started doing that. I think my brother took over from there, like, as in managing it. learning the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we just carried on purchasing. So like from London to like Luton. I don't know if you know these areas, but it's going to be like London, Luton. Then we went over to like Wales.
Okay.
And then Wales is like south, I believe. And then on my Instagram, where I have a friend over here, she just said, I heard like up north is their spot, like where she's from. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not even in the game. Like, what are you saying? And she's like, yeah, I heard my dad said, or I can't remember what she said. So I think like it's been like 3-4 years now. So we then left down south and we went up north.
Okay.
And we just been buying over there. Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, to be honest, a passion project which I do want to start is I want to help people buy their house.
Okay.
Whether they want to build a portfolio or just buy their first one.
Okay.
And I reckon I can. By the way, I'm not an agent.
You talking based off experience?
Yeah. I'm not an agent. I'm not a broker. But I want to do this to help people either get their first one, or if they want to build a portfolio, I can guide them through.
Okay, that's very interesting. I think that's very interesting. But just for people to have an idea of the logistic of like, how does it work?
Okay, so the main thing is that you buy low.
Okay.
Right? So you need to buy below market value in order to add value to the property, in order to refinance, and then in order to scale.
Okay.
So what I say to people is that everyone can buy one, right? But how do we get to 5, 10, 15? How do we keep growing, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about.
Exactly.
That's what it's about if that's what you want. Maybe you want to retire early or you want to get into it. So that's the aim, right? Because everyone can buy your first one.
100%.
So that's it really. So going back to your question is like, how do you do it, right?
Yeah.
So I would find a property which is, let's just say, up north is a lot cheaper, right? So we use that as an example. It could be anywhere really, but let's just say the house is worth 100k.
Okay.
Pounds. I will find it. I'll try and find one on that road for 60k.
Okay.
And obviously you have to do a lot in order to get that house, whether you know the agents or, you're door knocking yourself. There's just loads of strategies. There's different strategies you do in order to get it.
Yeah.
Because again, why is the agent going to phone you first?
Of course. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So we've built up a good reputation in that area. We do get deals. So we'll pick up deals for like a lot cheaper. Once we add value. So once we fix it up, renovate it, make it look beautiful, we know it's going to come back to say, the banks are now going to say it's worth 100.
Okay.
But we know that already. Before buying it, we know it's worth 100, right? Because we've done the research.
Yeah.
Bought it for a lot less, spent a little bit on it. We know it's going to be worth 100. Then after 6 months, you can say to the banks that you want to refinance it.
Okay.
Meaning you can pull out 75% equity in it.
Okay.
Which is called a remortgage.
Okay.
So once you do that, you should be left with, on some deals, you should be left with a house that costs you like £0 to £10,000, between that range somewhere.
All right.
If it's a super good deal, then it costs you £0, which means you got a free house. If it costs you, I was going to say a bad deal, but it's not bad. Even if you got a house for £10,000, it's still amazing.
Of course. 100%.
So that's the kind of range that we try to go for. And then it becomes a scalable business, which now you're going to see a lot of ads about BRR and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which
again, I didn't know about that before. I didn't know it was even called BRR.
Okay.
I just knew that you had to buy cheap.
Okay.
Because it's available, but it's only available for a few people in the game.
Okay, I get you.
Otherwise, everyone logs on to like, what does Dubai have? Property Finder. Everyone will log on to Property Finder. You'll buy the market value, and that's it. Everyone buys it, and then you go about your day. You're then paying that off forever. Not ever, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
But that's not the strategy that we use. So yeah.
So you're based in the UK?
Yeah, I haven't. No, I did one over here.
Okay.
in Rack,
Okay.
but that's just because of the casino and the Airbnb hype, da da da. Again, do I think here is as scalable as the UK? No.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, let me just give it a try.
Okay.
But yeah, so I know you might have, maybe you was in this field, right? Or you're
Yeah, I was an
so
agent,
you might not, you might be going against what I'm saying right now. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But I feel like this place is good, as in it's going to look good. Swimming
Of course.
pool,
Yeah.
the entrance will be nice, sauna, whatever.
100%.
But I don't think it's as scalable as the UK.
Okay. So let's say if I'm interested and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to start and I want to invest. First question, do I have to be UK citizen?
No. There's, so you don't have to be a UK citizen.
Okay.
And I do believe I can help anyone get a house within 6 months,
Okay.
depending on their situation.
Yeah.
But I reckon even if, because a lot of people here are going to be like, how, a lot of people owe money and credit cards, X, Y, and Z. But I've helped a few people already,
Mm-hmm.
and it's worked. So I reckon I can help. We just need to sit down, basically,
Okay.
because it's going to be a long.
All right.
For me to basically, if anyone wants help, we could just sit down, and
Perfect.
break it down and see what we can do within 6 months.
Okay, amazing. So, guys, if not only he's the founder of Naturally Herbal, but he's also here to help you with your real estate portfolio. Real estate portfolio, you would say? Property portfolio?
To be honest, there's no name. It's just something this is something that I want to start doing to help people. Like, I've done it; it's worked for me.
Yeah, of course.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
At this moment, I'm helping a few people to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know what? Majority of people come here in order. That's what they say. I'm coming here to save, to buy a place.
Mm-hmm.
5 years later, 7 years later, it doesn't always happen for everyone.
Yep.
Because they get caught up in the lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if they want guidance or if they want help through someone that's not an agent, like I'm not taking a commission here.
Yeah.
Then I'm here to help.
Okay.
And that's it.
So, guys, you heard Subron. Feel free to contact him. Anyway, your details will be in the description.
Okay.
So anybody can just click away and contact you. Just go down there, click below. You'll have his Instagram. If he allows me, his number. Whatever contact details you need will be down in the description box. Before I move to the last part, anything else you want to add on today's discussion?
No. Anything on your side?
I just want to say hats off, because it's not easy what you've been doing. And I like the grafting. Is that the word?
Yeah, the grafting, yeah.
Because you've started young.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you've been a risk taker. You just believed in something. You were like, let's go, let's do it,
Yeah.
And you believed in your vision and in what you wanted to achieve with them. And even though you failed with the liquor store, but you still managed to bounce back, even though it was hard times. But I like that. It's very inspiring for me, because I've learned, again, like I said, consistency, discipline, believing in your vision, sacrifice, organization, and just having a plan, you know. And
to add to that, I would say try not to accept no.
Yeah.
I think there's just always a way. A funny story is my friend recently moved here.
Okay.
So we went out for dinner recently, and he was like, it's my friend from school days.
Okay.
So growing up, we always hustled for little jobs, from an early age, whatever we could do.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought up a story the other day, which it was something we went to do a job for cleaning rubbish or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even get the job.
Okay.
And I said to him, you know what? Let's just turn up in a yellow jacket. So we just turned up 6:30 in the morning, whatever time they want you there. It might have been earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Turn up to the warehouse, the dumpster warehouse, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just trying to blag our way through. Oh yeah, they must have forgotten our names. I'm so-and-so and this is so-and-so. And yeah, there's always a way. Another job that me and my friend did once was door knocking to sell windows.
Okay.
And I swear to you, I remember putting in petrol, and we put in 50p.
Mm-hmm.
So 50p is, what's 50p?
Wait,
£1 is 5 dirhams. No, £1 is 4 dirhams.
wait, and I have to Google that. Hold on.
It's about 2 dirhams.
Okay.
So we put in about 2.5 dirhams petrol. Just to make sure we could get home or something. So the hustle's always been there from early.
Yeah.
But it's always been on the ground hustling, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll say don't accept no. Like there's always a way. But obviously when someone says no, don't get your back up and start being rude. But
of course.
just try and understand where this no is coming from and like what we can do to make it work. Like what can we do to make it work? Like, you know.
Okay.
So I think that's it, yeah.
I like that. That was actually good advice. Very good advice. So, are you ready?
Yeah, what happens?
So it is to finish the episode. I have another tradition, which is a rapid fire question.
Okay.
Some are easy, some are deep, some are like.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, ready? Let's start easy.
On me.
Island life or city life?
Island life.
Okay. Early bird or night
Early.
out? Savory or sweet breakfast?
Sweet.
Or sweet breakfast? Sweet. All right. What's your biggest fear?
Of not making it.
Okay.
Yeah, not so
you-
much now, but growing up, I've probably feared not making it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night in or night out?
I think now I'm more geared towards in,
Okay.
but I do like a nice night out.
Okay.
Don't get me, like once in a while, I'll go to the same venue, my music. Yeah.
Okay.
All of that.
Oh, talking about music, what's your favorite song or let's say music genre?
Genre. It's weird because like I love Sega,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a lot of Mauritian friends growing up.
Yeah.
So I grew up with like dancehall and soca.
Yeah.
For me, soca was the closest thing to Sega.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Yeah, I get what you
I
mean.
even think I grew up thinking a few soca songs were,
Was Sega?
yeah.
Yeah, but they're quite similar to be fair.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah. So yeah, I would say for now it's like Lovers Rock, dancehall, like, which is like reggae dancehall.
Yeah.
So it's like dancehall, soca, and Sega.
Okay.
Those are my 3 go-tos. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. If you could live in one country for the rest of your life, country/island.
Oh, can I choose 2?
No, one. Only one.
I think it would be Mauritius. Mauritius or like somewhere like Bali or Costa Rica.
Okay. But one.
Sorry.
I need one. Have you been there to Costa Rica and
Yeah.
Bali?
Which is like, it's just a bigger Mauritius, right? It's more
Yeah,
animals,
to be fair,
more.
yeah.
You know, I think I'll be happy in Mauritius, but I might get bored. Oh, sorry, this ain't even rapid. This ain't even quick rapid
It's fine,
no more.
it's fine. It's okay. I've got that. We have that often.
I think Costa Rica.
Okay.
Can I just say followed by Mauritius?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Costa Rica is also in my bucket list to see.
Oh, yeah, make sure you go.
I really want to go there. All right. So if you had one superpower, which one would it be?
To help people.
Okay. All right. Now, actually, I asked that question in an episode before, and I really liked it, so I'm gonna put it back here. If you had a genie coming out of a lamp and grants you 3 wishes, which one would be your 3 wishes?
3 wishes.
Yeah.
Something for me or the world?
Whatever.
I would say like, I'll take away poverty.
Yeah.
I don't think there should be. I'll take away poverty and war, like especially what's happening now, like people getting hurt, like so there'll be no war and no poverty.
Okay.
The third one would be to be fair, I think 2's fine. I think if there's no poverty and there's no war, like it should be happy days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you need money. You need food, right?
I hear you.
Yeah, I think those were the two for me.
Okay.
Take away poverty, take away war.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you could go back in the past and change one thing, what would it be and why?
I think so. I think I've taken bigger risks.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I took bigger risks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm someone that likes. I think I know there's a certain parts of my property journey that I played safe,
Mm-hmm.
and I should have. Like, it's easy to say this now, but I wish I took bigger risks. But to be fair, I'm also at a stage where I believe everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
You learn from your mistakes
100%.
and you grow even bigger.
I agree.
So I don't think if I changed it back then, would I have learned? Would I have grown even bigger? Probably not. So yeah, I think at the same time it's fine.
All right. Now the last one is my favorite one.
Okay.
If you had one advice to give to your younger self, which one would it be?
I don't know.
Let's say if your younger self were looking at you like mini Subron in front of you right now, and you were to give him one advice, what would you tell him?
What did I say? That's a good one.
Take your time, no rush.
What did I say? Advice to my younger self. I don't know. It's not to say that like I've done everything fine. Like there's been a lot of like ups and downs,
Yeah.
but I feel like they've been. I feel like I've needed them. So now, if I say like I wish you didn't go to this party because it was dangerous, or you didn't, I wish you studied more, then I wouldn't have gone through that dip.
100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
So maybe I don't want to change it, kind of thing.
So everything will be all right.
I feel like
keep going.
whatever happens, providing you want to change it and you want to make a better like living or lifestyle, it will happen.
Okay.
Right? So that's I think that's the thing. Just understanding that, like, because I've had like a little bit ups and downs. I wouldn't say it's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But it was just always believing that, you know, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, and then doing the steps to get there.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So I feel like if I say to you something now, I wouldn't have learnt. So maybe not so much. Yeah.
Okay. So you would say everything will be all right.
Yeah. So trusting everything. I think even now, so more like you have to trust everything will be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big difference of just sitting there, and I see this a lot, especially today. Like people just sitting there and saying, "I'm gonna trust the process." Like, what are you talking about? Go, like, get up, work, go get it. Whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
like, go get it, and then trust the process.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
I get you.
I feel like God rewards trusting the process, like manifesting it, but at the same time working hard towards
to make it happen.
You can't just sit there and say like, I'm trusting the process. Like that don't make sense to me. So when I see that a lot, which is like, I'm like, what's going on here? What is this?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So for properties, guys, hit up Subron.
Again, I'm not an agent.
But he can give you...
I'm not an agent.
He can give you the best advice.
And I'm not selling you nothing.
And grab yourself your jar of sea moss. Where can we buy it? Where can we make orders?
So you find it on Naturally Herbal. The Instagram, there's 2 accounts. They're both the same. Or our website, which is Naturally Herbal. Again.
Okay. And grab yourself that jar. Enjoy your sea moss. And give us feedback. What do you think of your sea moss journey has been after you've tried one? So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Subron.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you on board.
Thank you.
Looking forward to have you again here, talking about more projects.
Yes. If you give me a few months, I'll be back.
Cool. Well, thank you again. And on that note, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see you in the next one.
Same,
Bye.
guys. Love you and leave you.